6 years ago today, unfortunately, my father, one of my greatest mentors, passed away in a tragic motorcycling accident. And I'm creating this video and making this video to you to share with you a couple lessons that he taught me, and also how to live your life fully every day, so you don't just work and you don't just have any meaning or get the things that you want out of life because you're so busy working. So if you don't know my story, my name is Matt Petruso. I built an insurance agency that I still own today that has over 2,000 clients. I've done over $10 million in sales. I own a real estate investment company, and I created a life completely on my terms by doing what I'm going to teach you today. But about 6 years ago today, literally my father passed away, and I was 29 years old, and I had accomplished a lot of things in my life, at like starting my businesses. I was a millionaire at that time, but I was miserable because basically the way that I was brought up was you pretty much just work, you grind, and you just keep to yourself. And that's what I did. You know, I went through life and I was just kind of a miserable person because all I cared about was success for myself, and I couldn't reward myself because all I cared about was just growth and improvement, and I never rewarded myself for anything that I did. And I remember specifically on my dad's phone that he had a Lamborghini on his background image of his phone that he always wanted, right? Like he always wanted these fancy cars, and he had the money, he could have done it, like he could have bought these things, but he worked so hard and he never rewarded himself for the efforts that he put in, you know. And it was tragic because he was 57 years old when he passed away, and he was just starting to kind of slow down, and he was a door-to-door salesman for his entire life, and he was one of the best. And at 57, he was literally just starting to slow down, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he tragically was hit on his motorcycle, and his life was over. And the reason why I'm sharing that with you is because, yes, we need to work. You need to act in a way that is going to be congruent with getting the things that you want, but at the cost of your well-being, at the cost of getting the things that you desire. It should not be a trade-off. Like, there has to be this balance of pleasure and hard things. And I didn't learn that until, unfortunately, my father passed. And when my father passed, when I was looking at my life and I saw all of the things that he accomplished, but he never rewarded himself for being that type of person, it was very eye-opening to me, because I was going down that path. I was going down that path of just working and just building more accolades and successes, but never really enjoying it myself, and never really having letting myself enjoy the fruits of my labor, per se, right? And the reason why I make these videos specifically was when my father passed, one of the greatest things that I saw was at the funeral home when people were lining up around the building to come see my father, and I'm waiting to shake all of their hands and them to give their condolences. Each one of them would thank me for what my father did for them. And if you don't know my story a little bit, my father was an alcoholic for the first 15 years of my life, and then he transitioned and changed his life and became an advocate in the AA community and changed literally thousands of people's lives through his stories and through his teachings about how to overcome those adversities in their life. And that's why I wanted to transition at my point of, you know, everything was very selfish of me in my 20s. And when I saw that, I knew that I had to start giving back. I needed to start sharing information about what I've learned on my journey and how I could give back to you, so you could maybe avoid some of the pitfalls that I went through, and maybe find some things that are helpful to you along your journey. Because I did everything alone. It was very lonely at times, and I know now that that's not the right way to do it. There needs to be a brotherhood. There needs to be people that you can surround yourself with that want to see you succeed, and you're not competing with everybody else, but you're trying to level up with each other. And that's exactly why I'm doing this now, because I want to be a part of your community. I want to help you along your journey, and that's what I'm trying to do now, is put on events and bring people in, and so we can all work and grow together. I don't want to compete with anybody. I want to make sure that we all rise up, right? Like a rising tide, brings all the boats up, right? And if you have interest in what I'm putting on and what we're doing out here, me and my buddy Sebastian, we put together a really good group of like-minded men that want to improve, that want to succeed. We can help you with a lot of information about what things that we've done about sales, marketing, branding, content, and fitness, all these things. We want to share that with you. We want to make sure that you're in a position where you're getting all the things financially, physically, mentally that you desire, but also, like, why not spoil yourself with the fun and enjoyment of life that life has to offer. So that's why we're trying to combine this all together. And if you're interested in learning more about that, send me a message. Follow me on Instagram. It's MOVMATT. And shoot me a message if you're interested, and I'll give you some details on it. If you thought this was helpful, I just want to make sure that you're taking the time to enjoy your life and not just grind away, but not just enjoy your life and not think about the future as well. There has to be a mesh of both, and that's what we're here to do. So like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully you'll be here meeting in the real life very soon. Okay? So peace, be easy.